2021 to order. If you would, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Marcus, could we have the roll call?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Councilmember Shippers, Councilmember Ellenboss.
Here.
Councilmember Ingalls, Councilmember King.
Here.
Mayor Filkins.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Awesome. Okay, at this time, if we could get a motion to approve the agenda as it's been presented.
I would make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
And I would support.
Councilmember Ellenboss,
Yes.
Councilmember Ingalls, Councilmember King.
Yes.
Councilmember Shippers, Mayor Filkins.
Yes, motion carries. This time we'll open the floor for our first public comment. We do ask if you come forward to please state your name for the clerk and keep your comments to 3 minutes or less, please.
Hi, I'm Terrell, City of Cadillac resident. I'm just requesting that the city take down this American flag and the two in the city police office, because although Texas v. Johnson has ruled that burning a flag is protected constitutional speech for private citizens, the Hatch Act prohibits entities of the government who receive federal funding like Cadillac has and the Cadillac Police Department with their MRAP from making political statements. I'm not sure if that's considered a political statement or symbolic speech, but it is the American flag, 50 stars and 13 stripes. It's made monochrome, which is an alteration of the design with a blue line added. I don't think it's right to possibly falsely advertise testifying and otherwise known as police perjury, and a number of other things that police may do that the community may not like.
Terrell, can I ask your last name and your address for the record?
Bodery, 406 Stimson.
Okay, thank you. Seeing no one else, we'll close public comment and move to the approval of the consent agenda. This evening, we do have the minutes from our regularly scheduled meeting on June 21st, along with the minutes from the closed session that was held on June 21st, and then the minutes from the special meeting that was held on June 28th, 2021.
I'd go ahead and make a motion to accept the consent agenda as presented.
No, I would second that.
Councilmember Ingalls, Councilmember King.
Yes.
Councilmember Shippers, Councilmember Ellenboss.
Yes.
Mayor Filkins.
Yes, motion carries. And that takes us to the communications that we have. We have several for this evening.
Yes. Thank you, Mayor and members of the City Council. The first communication is in regard to the upcoming After 26 Music Festival. The requested action this evening would be for a motion to approve the closure of Lake Street between Harris Street and Cass Street from 12 p.m. to 11 p.m. on July 31st, 2021 to accommodate their event.
Has it always been 11 p.m., Marcus, for shutdown time, or had it been 10 at one time?
I believe the 11 o'clock accommodates their cleanup. and
Oh,
some
okay.
of their-
Yeah.
Very good.
I would go ahead and make the motion to approve the closure of Lake Street between Harris Street and Cass Street from 12 p.m. to 11 p.m. on July 31st, 2021 for the After 26 Music Festival.
No, I'll second that.
Thank you. Councilmember King.
Yes.
Councilmember Shippers. Councilmember Ellenboss.
Yes.
Councilmember Ingalls. And Mayor Filkins.
Yes, motion carries.
Thank you. The Next item is with respect to a display of a banner for Cadillac area public schools. And the appropriate motion would be to approve the display of a banner from July 26th, 2021 to August 9th, 2021. And in your packet, you'll see the banner request form along with the banner information itself, which simply states Cadillac Area Public Schools, learn more and enroll at www.cadillacschools.org. And just as an FYI, I know we do these things from time to time, but a quick refresher for the public, Mitchell Street is an MDOT street. This is part of the process. MDOT also has to approve, and there are only certain types of organizations that can have banners across Mitchell Street, the schools being one that fits that criteria.
Well, I'd make a motion to approve the display of a banner from July 26, 2021 to August 9th, 2021 for the Cadillac Area Public Schools.
And I would support.
Councilmember Shippers, Councilmember Ellenboss,
Yes.
Councilmember Engels, Councilmember King,
Yes.
Mayor Filkins.
Yes, motion carries.
Thank you. The next request is through the Cadillac High School Class of 1981 reunion. They are requesting approval to serve alcoholic beverages at the market at Cadillac Commons from 5:30 p.m. to 10 o'clock p.m. on August 14th, 2021 for their 1981 40th reunion event.
The Commons would cover what area, Marcus? Where would the park area, the market?
So this particular request is, I believe, just for the market
That's correct.
itself.
Okay.
And then they're also asking for the use of the restrooms
Okay.
down by the pavilion. Are those normally open until 11 o'clock?
Yes and no. So they get closed generally by police.
Okay,
Yep.
And so police usually makes those rounds at 11 o'clock.
okay, so
Or
it'll work out
there
fine.
about that time.
Okay.
So yeah, it should all work out.
Okay, perfect.
Well, I would make a motion to approve the serving of alcoholic beverages at the market from 5:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. on August 14th, 2021 for the CHS class of 81, the 40th reunion.
I would support.
I do have one question. I
Yep.
just noticed that they're asking for the windscreens. Are those going to be back by the time of their event?
I hope so.
Okay,
You're talking about the screens at the market?
yes.
I certainly hope so.
Yeah, so I'm just thinking that we might want to let them know that it's a possibility that those screens won't be there for them.
Of course.
Okay, thank you.
And I would support that motion.
Thank you. Councilmember Ellenboss,
Yes.
Councilmember Engels, Councilmember King,
Yes.
Councilmember Shippers, Mayor Filkins.
Yes, motion carries.
The final communication item this evening is with respect to the Cadillac Rotary Club's request for a street closure to accommodate an upcoming concert. This would be a closure of Lake Street between Harris Street and Cass Street from 5:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. on July 25th for their club-sponsored concert at the Rotary Performing Arts Pavilion.
I'd go ahead and make the motion to approve the closure of Lake Street between Harris Street and Cass Street from 5:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. on July 25, 2021 for the Cadillac Rotary Club concert.
I'll second that.
Councilmember Engels, Councilmember King,
Yes.
Councilmember Shippers, Councilmember Ellenboss.
Yes.
Mayor Filkins.
Yes, motion carries.
Thank you, Mayor. Keep on rolling.
Keep on rolling into the appointments.
Thank you. The first item under appointments is a request to reappoint Mike Dolak to a 5-year term on the Cadillac Housing Commission. Mr. Dolak has expressed his interest in continuing to serve on the commission. He has been on the board since 2006. This term will take him to July 19th of 2026.
I'd make a motion to approve the reappointment of Mike Dolak to the Cadillac Housing Commission for a 5-year term to expire on July 19th, 2026.
I would support that motion.
Thank you. Councilmember King?
Yes.
Councilmember Shippers? Councilmember Ellenboss?
Yes.
Councilmember Ingalls? Mayor Filkins?
Yes, motion carries.
Thank you. I just need to catch up on all my stuff here.
You're doing fine.
The next item is with respect to the designation of a primary representative and an alternate representative to attend the annual business meeting of the Michigan Municipal League as a part of the upcoming convention this fall. And if you check your packet, this is during the time where the annual convention meeting takes place, where they take business such as election of new trustees to their board, as well as passing their policy initiatives forward as well. So.
Do we need to make nominations
motion,
first?
yes.
Or- Okay. Well,
Well, we can talk about the nominations, and I would just say that historically, I have always been happy to be at that meeting and to be the person there to vote. And then Mayor Pro Tem T.I. Shippers said that she would gladly sit as the alternate again if that's what the council would like.
Fine with me. Good.
I'd go ahead and make the motion to designate Mayor Carla Felkins as the primary representative and Councilmember T.I. Shippers as the alternative to attend and vote at the Michigan Municipal League Annual Convention.
I'll second that.
Okay. Thank you. Councilmember Shippers, Councilmember Ellenboss.
Yes.
Councilmember Ingalls, Councilmember King,
Yes.
Mayor Filkins.
Yes, motion carries.
Thank you, everyone. Mayor, we're now at a point in our agenda where we're looking at the introduction of ordinances, if I
Yes,
may
mhm.
continue.
Yes, please.
So this evening, we are looking at setting a public hearing for August 2nd, 2021, with respect to an amendment to our zoning code that the Planning Commission unanimously moved forward to recommend to City Council to consider. I'd like to briefly introduce John Wallace, who will just very briefly provide an overview of this request and will reiterate the background as a part of the public hearing itself in August. John?
Thank you, Marcus. The property that is proposed for rezone is at 2713 Sunnyside Drive. The request was to rezone the property from its current R3 zoning to the TS2 zoning district. The applicant is Christopher and Jennifer Jakai of 7365 Bronson Street, Southeast Ada, Michigan. And the Planning Commission held a public hearing on this case on June 28th and voted unanimously to recommend approval of the rezoning to the City Council. In your council communication is some of the background data that was looked at as the basis for the rezoning. The subject location is a single-family lot that is located right near the junction of M115 and M55. You can see that on the location map. The site is currently developed in a single-family home, as shown in the council communication. The existing land uses surrounding the property are a combination of either other single-family homes or commercial uses of various kinds. We have retail, office, vacant commercial, gasoline service, real estate, and an econo lodge. The current zoning around the site is predominantly the TS2 zoning district, which is what this request is for. And so in that respect, the rezoning is very consistent with the dominant zoning district for the area. The master plan for the property has designated the site for medium-density residential development. In consideration of the existing zoning, the existing land use, and the city's master plan, it is staff's recommendation that the proposed rezoning be granted. Past planning as well as current planning has this area of the city being planned for tourist-oriented uses, creating tourist-oriented housing options near tourist-related commercial businesses is a compatible arrangement. All public services necessary to support the uses in the TS2 zoning classification are available at this site. And the recommended motion was to approve the resolution, to introduce the ordinance amending the city's zoning map, and to set a public hearing.
John, the only thing, if you don't mind me adding, for the public record, is that neighbors were notified and there were no negative feedback was received, as I understand.
We had no written communication. We had one person speak verbally who expressed a concern that the potential to have a short-term rental may take a house out of long-term rental housing opportunities. And so that was duly noted by the Planning Commission when they made their recommendation.
Thank you.
Thank you, John. Would someone like to make that motion?
I'd like to make a motion to adopt the resolution to introduce ordinance amending the city zoning map and set a public hearing for August 2nd, 2021.
I'll support that motion.
Thank you. Councilmember Ellenboss?
Yes.
Councilmember Ingalls? Councilmember King?
Yes.
Councilmember Shippers? Mayor Filkins?
Yes, motion carries.
Thank you very much. The final item of business under this section is with respect to the request to adopt a resolution approving an MDOT contract for roundabout construction. Our city engineer, Connie Hauk, is with us this evening. Should there be any detailed questions about the project itself, this is the project located off of Division and Crosby Road, generally speaking. And funds for our portion of it are within the budget within our major street fund accordingly. I don't know if you want to add any more specifics maybe about the project, some of its costs and whatnot.
Yeah,
That'd be
sure.
great.
All right, good evening, everyone. So this project started out as a safety grant application that we submitted to MDOT, and we won. So $600,000 of the project is safety funds coming from MDOT. And the project came in, Crawford Contracting, Mount Pleasant contractor, was the low bidder. We are waiting for that contract to, once it gets accepted by council, then it goes to MDOT, and MDOT holds the contract with the contractor. The city doesn't hold that, but MDOT will award it, hopefully in August if everything is good. And the contractor would probably start work mid-August, scheduled to be a 10 to 12-week project, and they're to be completed, substantially completed by November 15th. So pretty quick. So it's right there at the intersection of Crosby and Division. It goes a little bit up and down Crosby and both ways on Division to the freeway ramp, the southbound freeway ramp. So that intersection will be closed except for emergency vehicles. And we've discussed that and coordinated it with the emergency services and the county and MDOT. Everybody's all aware. There's going to be a lot of message signs on the freeway and a couple in town also, the changeable message signs. So if we need to change the message, but basically it'll direct people to take the exit to the business route south of it or go up to Boone Road and get off. But there's going to be a lot of signing. And we still want people to come to downtown, Baker, YMCA. You know, there's going to be a lot of directional signing for everybody. And then the permanent signs at the end, the directional signs, will direct people to take what exit to take, to continue coming to downtown or everywhere else, Baker and YMCA and, the main points.
Any
So-
school bus rerouting?
I was going to say, has there been any discussion with Jen Brown at the school, talking about the bus routes that come through there?
We have not, but they will take the same routes. Everything, once we know that MDOT's going to award it, then we'll get in touch with everybody and do a mass communication. But it's about a 3 or 4 minute difference in time, so they'll have to just adjust that a little bit in the bus routes. Yeah. Yeah, are there any other questions, or? There is going to be landscaping in the middle of the roundabout, so it's going to be real pretty. There's going to be lighting, so it's going to be a well-lit roundabout, very similar to the Fife Lake one, if you've driven through there. There is pedestrian access across two quadrants of it, so that if future sidewalk continues, like our plan is in the city, then that's already accommodated for in the roundabout. So for bicyclists too, to be able to get through it.
Nice.
So,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, ultimately getting bikers and pedestrians to the, what's the?
Cadillac Junction.
Yeah, Cadillac Junction area is a goal, so.
Yes.
I think it'll be a huge improvement at that intersection.
It is. There's a long way, and that's how we justified the safety grant application. Just the potential of, the wait time and frustration with people and turning out in front of traffic.
Yeah.
So they saw it as a very needed project as well.
Right.
So,
Okay. Thank you.
right. You're welcome.
Well, I would make a motion to adopt the resolution approving MDOT contract number 21-5243 for the roundabout construction.
And I would support that.
Thank you. Councilmember Engels, Councilmember King.
Yes.
Councilmember Shippers, Councilmember Ellenboss.
Yes.
Mayor Filkins.
Yes, motion carries.
Thank you. And I just want to also say thank you, of course, to Connie, our engineer, coming, and as
Yes.
Connie was describing about the safety nature of this project, she's also working on a Safe Routes to School grant program for us as well to help get new sidewalks put in, replaced, and whatnot, and built around our schools to all help with that pedestrian system. So,
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Brian, can I get that envelope back from you? We didn't pass those down earlier. Thank you. Okay, so this evening we do have in our packets the minutes from the last Planning Commission meeting that we can review at our leisure. This does take us to the last public comment for this evening. And the rules are the same as the first. Please state your name and address and keep your comments to 3 minutes or less.
Terrell Bodery of 406 Stimson. In addition to my previous comments, Supreme Court case Garcetti v. Ceballos rules that free speech by law enforcement officials it doesn't have quite the same free reign as a private citizen would when it relates to their official duties, such as law enforcement and a law enforcement support flag. I believe that's it.
Thank you. All right. Then that takes us to the good of the order for tonight. If anyone has something that they would like to share.
good to be back.
It is.
Well, the Rotary concert, we didn't mention, is going to be Luke Winslow King, who I saw Saturday night out to Coyote Crossing, and he put on quite a concert. So I'd recommend everybody come down, check it out. It'll be a fun time for everybody. Thank you. Local talent. Very good talent. Thank you.
Anyone else? No COVID updates. We're going to miss those.
I could bring it back.
No.
Some places are.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Well, if there is nothing else, we'll go ahead and adjourn the meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you.